Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. How we doing?
Good, Jenny.
Well, it's over. It's over. LeBron James just won the NBA MVP last night. But over the weekend, we got to see the team that's going to win the NBA championship, known as the other LA team, the Clippers.
Who watched them?
Yeah.
Who watched them?
Nobody but me.
Exactly.
Until the finals, and then everybody's going to be forced to watch them do in the team that's upstairs at Staples.
I know you're probably asking, where's the GOAT man? Where's the black?
I didn't ask.
Yeah, you look at what they Skip. That what is known doesn't need to be said.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you know who GOAT is.
Okay.
You watched it. Yeah, he watched it.
All right. No goat mess right now, but we do have a packed show today.
Retired for
what message did Kawhi send the rest of the league?
Goodness.
Plus, we'll talk about the latest with Dak and the Cowboys' ongoing negotiations. But first, LeBron and Zion faced off again yesterday, and we got to talk about it. The second round between the two stars did not disappoint. Zion had 35 points while shooting an efficient 75% from the floor, along with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. LeBron put up 1 fewer point, dropping 34, but got his 13th triple-double this season with 12 boards and 13 assists. And after the game, LeBron was seen talking to Zion and was later asked what he said to the rookie. Take a listen.
Just see all these guys, these young guys, the league is in a very good place, and if I'm able to give my wisdom and game, pass it down, no matter while I'm playing or after I'm playing, I feel like it's my job, because the game has just given me so much as I started playing when I was 8 years old. So it's my responsibility, and anybody that says that LeBron, why would he do that while he's playing? It's a sign of weakness. He's buddy with the guys that he's going against. Tell him to kiss my ass. All right? With a smile, too.
Right on.
Oh!
I love that guy.
Right on.
I love that guy.
Shannon!
Oh, I love him.
Let's start with you. What do you make of LeBron's comment?
I agree 1,000% with LeBron James, first and foremost. Skip, knowledge is a great thing to have. It's an unbelievable feeling to have information and to be able to retain information. But I believe the greatest gift of knowledge is sharing it. It's giving back. You see, so many times we see people, and before I make this other point, I do not believe it is a sign of weakness. I believe it is a sign of strength, that I'm willing to help you because I've gone through things, because the only teenager that can possibly know what it's like to be Zion Williamson was the man that we saw in that montage right there at the end of the game. That's it. They say when Tiger Woods started to ascend the ranks, he reached out to the one person that knew what it was like, and that was Michael Jordan. Now, I understand it was a different sport, but Skip, the way I look at it is that I do not believe LeBron James is giving them X's and O's. Zion, when a guy comes here, you need to do that. I don't believe that's what he's doing. But I do believe he's saying it, look, my door is always open. Guys reach out, LeBron, how did you know who to trust? How did you, build this brand? How did you, get a sneaker deal? How did you undefeated? I think that's the name of it.
Uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted, excuse me. Thank you. Uninterrupted. How did you start a production company? And LeBron is giving them X, Y, and Z. Skip, and I'm speaking to my community, the black community. We got to stop this notion, because it's us. Someone gets out and they don't help anybody. He didn't help nobody. He didn't tell nobody nothing. The moment someone tries to help, oh, he weak. I wouldn't have did that. Stop this. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, if you can help someone, help them. Skip, I was with the Baltimore Ravens. We just won the Super Bowl. They drafted a tight end in the first round. I could have been like, it ain't my job. It ain't my job. I ain't the tight end coach. Todd Heath, get yourself ready to play. Wade Harmon, who's the tight ends coach at the time, who's now in Denver, you get him ready. But no, I'm so secure in who I am, what I've accomplished. I'm not, the whole back, why would I do that? Why would LeBron withhold information that can help the next generation? They're quick to say, oh, these young guys are not mature enough. Well, you got someone that's very mature, that's willing to partake information on them and help them become even better. And you look at that as a negative? Even LeBron James, he has a great game. Oh, Michael Jordan would have did this, and Kobe would have done that. He partakes information. Michael Jordan would have never done that. Guys, we need to stop this. LeBron James is as good of an ambassador, as great a player, as good an ambassador as a professional sports league can have, and we constantly look for ways to knock him. Not all, some. But this notion that LeBron is trying to help Trae Young or a Ja or a Zion or Jason Tatum is looked at as with criticism and negativity. Why? Because he wants to partake information. Skip, they say a wise man learns from other mistakes. A fool learns from his own. Well, I can tell, as a teenager, I can say, hey, guys, don't do it like this. I would do it like that. Keep your head down. Criticism is going to come your way, but just stay focused on the task at hand. I'll never understand why people look at things that, if he doesn't do something, why wouldn't LeBron help him? He does something, oh, LeBron is showing a sign of weakness. He's not showing a sign of weakness. Zion is no threat to LeBron. LeBron is about to be gone. So LeBron gonna play what, 2, 3, maybe 4 years max. He's gonna be gone. Zion's hopefully he can stay healthy, Skip, and have a very productive career. But this notion that LeBron is weak for trying to partake wisdom on these young men is baffling to me.
My turn. Thank you very much. I have a whole lot to say about this, and I'm going to start off with the fact, to me, LeBron James was out of line twice after last night's game. On court with Zion and off court in his media sit-down when he volunteered that shot of a final salvo at all of his critics, and maybe I'm part of that. I don't know. I'm about to be part of it right here, right now, because to me, LeBron James can't stand it if anyone else in this league becomes the story of the league. And right now, Zion is becoming the story of the league. And I even thought last night, as great as LeBron was, Zion was really great. And his team didn't win because his team has some issues going on that I'm going to get to here in just a little bit. But even with the Zion story, LeBron cannot help himself from trying to insinuate himself into Zion's story too. Because I loved it from the start that this young man, still 19 years of age, made it very clear, I want to be my own man. I respect LeBron. Every time he's been asked about LeBron, he always says the right things. He pays ultimate tribute to him. But he's kept an arm's length from LeBron James. Right from the start, he did not seek out LeBron's counsel or mentorship or affiliation. And he made it clear that he doesn't want to be LeBron's little brother or his protege or even a client of Clutch Sports. That he's going to keep an arm's length because he's going to figure it out on his own, because I think he believes in his heart of hearts, he's not going to say this publicly, that one day he can eclipse LeBron. Now, that's a huge mouthful, but I get that from this kid. That's the confidence with which he plays.
He should think that.
Yeah, he should. And he's out there at 19 pushing around some big veteran men in the post. And they're backing off. He went up at Dwight last night and just knocked him backwards. He went at Markieff Morris, who's a big, tough guy, and just bullied him.
Skip, he's just a kid in age. He's a grown man. He got a grown-ass man body now, Skip.
And his mentality is that, too. He knows, I can do this.
Yes.
They can't stop me from doing that, and that.
Yes.
So I greatly admire that he's just saying, I'm okay. I respect that, but I don't need that. Like some of the other kids seek that. Like Trae Young sought it. They all seek it, and it's great. And I don't blame any of them for seeking out LeBron. But this kid is different in every way, shape, and form. And I'm going to remind you, remember, last college basketball season on February the 9th, LeBron on the 10th was about to play at Philly. He and Rich Paul, who runs Clutch Sports for LeBron, obviously, I don't know if they flew or drove, but it's 250 miles from Philadelphia to Charlottesville, Virginia. And they went all the way on that afternoon to watch a Zion game sitting courtside. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
And clearly, let's just be honest about this. There's a not-so-hidden agenda here. LeBron wants to sign up all the young kids because who wouldn't? He's running an agent, or he's overseeing an agency. I know he's not.
So Rich Paul is the only agent that saw Zion play last year?
Heck no, but they went. But if you got LeBron on your side and you go sit courtside, is that not a huge advantage?
Right.
With most kids, the Trae Youngs of the world, or whoever throws some Darius Garland who out of Vanderbilt who signed with them, they're going to be in awe of that. And somehow Zion was not in awe of that because he signed with CAA.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we go to last night. So after the first time they played, which was last week, Zion versus LeBron, Zion made it matter-of-factly clear after the game, no, I've never even talked to LeBron. And when LeBron was asked about it, it seemed to knock him a little off balance because this is a first. He hasn't had to deal with that from a kid before, where the kid is just saying matter-of-factly, arm's length, I'm okay, I'm good over here. I don't need to talk to you. And LeBron seemed a little shook up about it to the point that when the game ended last night, and by the way, let's be clear about this, LeBron did not give his all against Ja on Saturday night. I think he saved a lot of his all for last night because he sees Zion. You don't think he sees him as a threat. I do. I think he sees him as a threat to his domain, to his cachet, to his aura and invincibility as far as I am the king of this league. I'm not talking about a championship, like a finals threat. I'm talking about just in aura, in mystique. You know, all of a sudden, Zion's mystique is growing by the game because he's backing it up.
Yeah.
We've never seen a kid at 19 as a rookie go 11 straight games scoring 20-plus points. Carmelo's record was 9, and so now he's done it in just 15 games. He's gone 11.
Right.
Okay? So the numbers are starting to add up historically.
Yeah.
And so LeBron saves it, and he goes out and he said after the game, it felt like a playoff atmosphere in here.
Sure.
Against the young Pelicans, it was a playoff atmosphere. Well, I can tell you this, 23 was playing it like it was a playoff game.
And they were playing the skip because they were 2.5 games behind the Grizz for the 8th spot.
Okay.
And so,
I got it. But the King was playing like it was for all the marbles last night.
We got to send a message.
You got to send a message. I got it, and you could be facing them in the first round. You could, but who knows? So here's the point. As usual, as the game ended, a whole bunch of Lakers intermingled with a whole bunch of Pelicans, mainly in part because they switched teams.
They started out as Lakers.
And they got a lot of cross-friendships.
Yes.
So it's just a mingle. You know, it's almost like a receiving line of Lakers and Pelicans. Right? And it's fine because I don't have any problem with that fraternizing, but Zion did not go out of his way to go seek out LeBron. LeBron, to my eye, veered more over to Zion. And then he wanted to whisper through the towel, you know, the way he did with Lonzo and others, remember? Mm-hmm. You know, he wanted to whisper his wisdom from above. And look, I don't believe Zion was seeking that. And Zion did not respond to it. I didn't see Zion's lips moving. He might have said, thank you, I couldn't really see. But he didn't talk back. He just listened because I don't think he was seeking any counsel.
Good, that's what you should do. That's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth.
All right.
You listen when someone's talking.
So let's be clear. LeBron took it upon himself to start the post-game conversation. And it came across to me like LeBron was, he's calling. That might be Rich Paul.
How you know it's Rich Paul?
I'm sorry. Is he trying to
It was,
send a
wasn't it?
message right now?
I nailed it. Am I right?
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing. I got it.
How are you, Rich?
He don't want to talk to you. He don't want to talk to you.
Doing on the side.
Rich, you're going to hang on my every word from this point forward because I'm getting to the guts of my argument right here, right now. It came across to me like LeBron was granting Zion a royal audience, just the two of us between the towels so nobody could see. And my first thought was, come on, King, give me a break. Just give it up and let it go. He doesn't want this. He doesn't think he needs this. You might think he does. Maybe at some point he will. I don't know. But don't volunteer it to him. If he wants to come knocking on your door, that's fine with me. But let this go because he's going to be okay without it because he's been okay for 15 games without it.
Skip, how do we know LeBron didn't say, hey, bro, tremendous job, keep up the great work, keep your head down. If you ever need anything, bro, I'm always open, and left it at that. Why do we insinuate that it was anything more than that?
I have no idea what he said, but knowing what others have said that LeBron said, it would be wisdom from above. It would be, don't read too much, don't listen to too much, keep your eyes and ears closed, to the media.
Right.
Don't read too much into me versus you versus me.
Because Skip, inevitably it's going to happen. You remember when LeBron was a rookie and everybody loved him, and you look at him right now, Zion is coming.
Okay.
They love you now, but it's coming.
Yeah.
The criticism is coming.
Right.
The dislike is coming.
Okay, and just to frame this, I'm going to remind everybody that last night as the game ended, JaVale McGee, who's 32 years of age in his 12th season, he went directly to Zion and asked for the kid's jersey.
Yes.
The 19-year-old's jersey. Just to keep this in perspective.
Yes.
JaVale, who's 7 feet tall and long and can really rim protect.
Won 2 championships.
He won 2 championships. He knows what the mountaintop feels like. Uh-huh. And he went and got that kid's jersey. So the kid's okay.
Yes.
He's just okay.
Right.
So now we get back to LeBron, and he's got this thing about him that you say is not a sign of insecurity, but it doesn't just, it's not just about young players, it's about Draymond Green. Remember, Draymond called him the B word audibly on the court during Game 4 of the NBA Finals and got suspended mostly for that. There was a kick that followed that, but it was that Kiki Vandeweghe heard that audibly, and it's like, okay, you just stepped completely out of bounds. You've had some incidents. You're out for Game 5. And it turned that series in my estimation.
Okay.
But the point was, I fell off my chair in the offseason because speaking of uninterrupted, then I read that, wait a second, LeBron has brought in Draymond as a partner in uninterrupted. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. There's something about LeBron, and you can say it's not a sign of weakness, but there's some insecurity, like he wants everybody on his side. He wants everybody to be his friend, in part because at the highest level, he wants them to support him and honor him and play against him with the respect you would give to the king, right? They don't want anybody, he doesn't want anybody to come at him cold-bloodedly.
But they do. Because think about it, what did Jaylen Brown say? I dreamed of doing this. Yeah. It's such a great honor. Think about it, Skip. It's like when these young guys came in and they went at Mike, that was a big deal to them. Or when the young guys came in and they went at Kobe, that was a big deal. You don't think it's a big deal to go at LeBron, dunk on him, cross him over, hit a jumper? You don't think that's a big deal?
It's almost like a sign of honor, though, for them. Like, I've always dreamed of doing this to the king, but it's not out of disrespect. It's out of rampant, like runaway respect, like awe. Yeah. Like, this has been my dream to do this one time.
Let me ask you a question, Skip Bayless. You and I do what we do. When people, and I'm sure people talk to you, stop you on the street and ask you, how do you prepare? What do you partake any information on them?
How?
When people ask you about the debate style and what you do to prepare and how do you get ready and how should I do it if I want to start a podcast and things of that nature?
Yes, I do. Yeah. If they ask me, I do.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm not competing against not one of them.
Of course you are.
I know of. Maybe one's coming out of college somewhere. Maybe one will have your job soon. I don't know.
He can't do what I do.
Have my job.
He can't do what I do. They can't do what we do.
That is true. That is true.
Right.
Sure.
Skip, when guys come in, they've been interns trapped.
Okay. But
I talk to
no immediate threat to Shannon Sharpe, right?
And there's always a threat. There's somebody that just graduated from Syracuse. That's one of the prominent journalists. You see everybody, Mike Tirico, everybody from Syracuse. Mm-hmm. Or they went to Missouri.
Or they went to Vanderbilt.
Nobody went to Vanderbilt, but you stop saying that.
University, we got a comm school too.
Mm. Oh yeah, Dr. King went to BU. You're most famous alone. But Skip, that's what you do. Skip, you partake. For me, like I said, I'm just not one of those guys, Skip. If I have information, I'm willing to share it. I'm willing to help. Because the way I look at it, Jenny, there's enough food for all of us to eat. And even if there's not any over there, if you need to eat off my plate, you can eat off my plate. That's the way I look at it, Skip. I've always been that way.
Okay, so in the end, if Zion had sought, I'd be fine with it. But clearly, he went like this, like, I'm good. I don't need it. I respect him. I'll say all the right things about him. But when it's time to compete, I'm going to go at him.
Yeah.
And he was going at him pretty hard.
Yeah, we went at Zion. How that look?
You did
bust him up.
You busted him up a couple times, and he busted you up several times.
Not like we did, though. Not like we did. Really? You remember that last one?
That's after Zion had nearly torn the rim off on the other end.
Oh, and what about that one we hear from New Iberia? We're going to talk about that a little later. Don't do that.
That's the classic case of 2-for-1 excuse.
No, this
You can do 2 shots instead of 1. You get, right?
We can get
at the end of the half. So you have the green light to pull up from 40 feet with no pressure, no expectation, because nobody will blame you because the media will just say, well, you're trying to get 2-for-1.
But how long? Like you said, there was a I-10 all night long. We get to the paint anytime we want to. So we could have easily gone down the paint. We could have done that. But no, Skip, going down the paint 2-for-1 is not going to send a resounding message. It's not going to resonate. When I pull up from 40, and the camera couldn't even believe it, because everybody's like, they called timeout. LeBron said, no, I didn't. I called bomb.
Really?
Is that what it was?
Yeah. You know, Skip, the Defense Department don't have missiles that have that kind of accuracy. Yes! From 40?
Really?
Yeah, you got to have GPS tracking to get to that. You better stop.
But LeBron's a 35% three-point shooter.
What was it last night?
Well,
what was it?
How about for the year?
I'm talking about, no. See, no, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you move backwards. I'm not going to let you move forward.
Well,
We're going to talk about last night.
This year.
Okay, well, no, what was he? Okay, what was he last night from the 3, Skip?
3 of 5.
Okay, what was it from the free throw line, Skip?
Do you want me to tell you what he is for the year?
I don't want you. Skip, I keep telling you, this is not a yearly thing. We're doing game things.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we're about to talk about MVP, and that's a yearly thing. So, you know what? I got 2 big nuggets right here, and I'm just going to save them for the next topic, because why should I start now?
Why?
When I can just back you right into a corner when we come back.
I'm still confused where the mask is, but apparently you didn't
everybody know.
Today, so.
Everybody know who the GOAT is.
No mercy.
Well, Anthony Davis sat out for the Lakers Sunday against the Pelicans, but that didn't slow down LeBron. The King dropped his 13th triple-double of the season with 34 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. It was the 5th triple-double this season where LeBron has scored at least 30 points. And after the game, LeBron was asked about his MVP caliber season. Take a listen.
You can't be a league MVP without team success and your teammates doing all the dirty work. So, you know, for me, I try to be an MVP every single night for our team on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively, with my command, with my voice, with my approach. And if that results in an award, then so be it. But at the end of the day, that's an award for all of us because we all sacrifice every day.
I'm just amazed that they talk about anybody other than him for MVP. You know, that's what he does. Every team that he's been to, every team that he's gone, have a chance to win the championship. So, you know, to me, I mean, I'm not sure what the definition of MVP is, but he makes everybody on his team better, and it makes it difficult for everybody playing.
Well, Shannon. Did he say that? Yeah, he did say that. So how much of an MVP case did LeBron make without AD?
He makes an MVP case every time he steps on the floor. Skip, he gives you a virtuoso. Did you think Picasso or Rembrandt or Monet, they didn't mass-produce masterpieces? Every time that man's on the court, it's a virtuoso. It's a masterpiece. How many Mona Lisas are there? 1. How many Sistine Chapels are there? 1. But every time this man steps on the court, he's painting a masterpiece.
What did he paint? Wait. I think he painted the walls at Memphis on Saturday night, right?
There you go. It's not your turn.
Just painted the walls with whitewash.
It's not your turn.
It was just...
Hey, you know what he told him?
What?
I heard, I don't know if it's true or not, that when he called Zion at the end of the game, he said, like my Uncle Shannon says, it's not your turn yet. It's not your turn yet. That's what he told. I don't know.
That's what he said?
I don't know. I don't know what it's true or not. But anyway, Skip Bayless, he's doing this on the road. Look, against the Pelicans. The Pelicans are a good team. They play at a frenetic pace. I still don't know. Lakers, they ticked me off, Skip. I almost lost my voice. Yelling, broke a TV. May not have. How long is it going to take the ball out and beat everybody down the court?
A couple of times.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, Lakers. But go, James. Y'all actually think I'm going to let y'all think we're going to be on national television and I'm going to let So Skip Bayless could come in here and gloat and run his mouth and say somebody kicked the king off his throne? Not on my watch. Because I know that's what you wanted. I know that's what you wanted to happen. But you know what, Skip? You know, normally, Jenny, I don't call for stuff like this. But this is just a little snippet.
Sometimes.
A little snippet of what happened last night.
Disqualifying that and call for something every show.
No, I don't. But I want you to Skip, DJ, as he was out of town, so I had to call him. You know, I was blowing him up. He thought something was really wrong. Yeah. I said, I need this package put together. Can you rush it through for me? And he got it done. So let's take a look at some of what LeBron was doing. Skip, this is unbelievable. I mean, he is in year 17. He is 35 years of age.
Yeah.
He's not 19.
No.
Woo, look at this right here, Skip. Hey, all that is foreshadowing.
That was rare.
That's for foreshadowing of a thing to come, Skip. Look at this right here. Oh, you dunk on my guy? 40 foot. You dunk on my guy? Hey, Zion. Oh, Zion. Oh, you want to be the king? You want to be the king? But tonight you're going to be the gesture. Bam! Oh, Skip, now this is what I want you to see. Look at this right here. Do it to him. Do it to him. Do it to him one more time.
Don't sing it. We'll have to pay for it.
Okay, my bad, Skip. Look at it right here, Skip. That's on Zion again. Zion said, what the hell? Nah, watch this, Skip. Look at this. Now, you know what this is. You saw it last week.
I was with you until, I think you just sang, wait a second.
What?
You just sang the captain and Tennille.
Yeah.
You did. You're disqualified. It's over. Everything you just showed is disqualified. Captain and Tennille? Jenny doesn't even know who that is.
I know that
Nobody
song.
cap? Yeah, everybody know about the cap.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the captain?
You're like hyped up right now.
You're hyped. Your glasses are foggy.
They are. They Skip. I feel like old Baptist minister up here. They got me preaching up here, Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
but Skip,
you were preaching.
Now, you told me last night, Jenny, Skip tells me all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, LeBron, you need to be rested in the fourth quarter. This game was out of hand. Why are you playing? Now, if I'm not mistaken, LeBron James finished plus 22.
Okay.
When he was on the court, he's plus 22. When he left the court, they minus 14. That's neither here nor there. In the fourth quarter, they were down 2 to start. LeBron James, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Now, he could have had a 50-piece, but he says, you know what? He had 19 at the half, Jenny, had it going good, too. He said, but you know what? I'm going to need my guys to come along. So I'm going to make a conscious effort in the third quarter. I'm not going to worry about scoring because they didn't take a shot until about 6 minutes to go in the third. He says, I'm going to get everybody else involved. And there you go. Take this. You want that? But then in the fourth quarter, they say, Bron, we out of gas. We ain't got nothing for you, bro.
Really?
Bring us home, Bron. Bring us home, Bron. He says, okay.
Did you see that shot Kuzma hit? That was the biggest shot of the game. Kyle Kuzma, the guy you wanted, gone.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Who passed it to him?
Bron.
But then he started dealing. He started dealing, Skip. Look, every time the man's on the court, it's an MVP-worthy performance. And to do this without AD, they're 5-2 without AD. Skip, they would be on a 59-win pace without AD. With AD, they're on a 64-win pace. When Skip Bayless bet me 5 cases of dew, they wouldn't get 56. Now we halfway home.
You're getting close.
Oh, yeah. You know what, Skip Bayless? And it won't be long now. But you know, Skip, you know what you saw.
I saw it. LeBron had a very good game last night.
No, say great. Say great.
A very good game last night. And LeBron, I said it Friday, and now I'm going to cement it. LeBron clinched the MVP last night. National TV, no AD. It's all about the narrative. He is doing it in year 17 at an astounding level. I give it up and give it to you because the media needs storybook, storyline, and this is it. It's right here on a silver platter at the expense of poor Giannis. And just for the record, poor Giannis, again, he didn't do himself any favors last Friday when he took another shot at James Harden or vice versa. James took it back and forth, but they go back and forth.
Sure.
But here's the point. I want everybody to understand, LeBron is going to win the MVP despite the fact Giannis is on an all-time record PER pace. Never in the history of basketball, pro basketball, has anybody had a 32.4 PER. LeBron is 11th on that list. Not bad, but not that, right? I'm going to point out that Giannis is number 1 in defensive efficiency. So he's the best offensive player and the best defensive player on by far the best team because the Bucks right now are 5.5 games better than your Lakers.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that all add up to MVP? MVP.
Yeah, they're
MVP,
in the East. They're in
right?
the East.
Okay, so they're in the East. So let's dismiss them.
Yep.
Yesterday, by the way, before we completely dismiss, Giannis had a game of 40, 20, and 5 assists. So he went 41, 20, and 6 assists. Okay, and that's only
Charlotte?
well, okay, but that was the fewest minutes that those numbers have ever been reached in just 35 minutes, 35. I believe? Yeah, 35 minutes. So that's the fewest anyone in the history of this game has ever done that, albeit against Charlotte, okay?
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
But the point is, he's only the third player in the last 30 seasons to do that. So he even did that yesterday, and LeBron just one-upped him on Sunday night and said, watch this, because I'm on national TV and I'm going to do this.
Yep.
Now, let's put LeBron back in perspective. You're showing all those three-point shots. He has now made 35% of his three-point shots, and he is a high-volume shooter. So of the 29 players, think about this, 29 players have taken 350 or more three-point shots this year. Of those 29, LeBron ranks 23rd in percentage.
Okay.
So he's 23rd of the 29 high-volume shooters. Not that great, not exactly what you'd call an MVP number. His free throw percentage is still stuck at 69%. You bet me 5 cases it would be 75 or better. You've lost that already.
There's still games to play.
No, you'll never get there. He'd have to go like 150 for 150 to win this.
Well, hey,
Sorry, Shannon.
74.8, I still win.
Okay, so of the 23 players who have attempted 300 or more free throws, LeBron is down at 19th in percentage at 69%.
Okay.
So we're going MVP.
Yeah.
And Giannis is saying, huh? What? And LeBron James does lead this league in assists as we speak, and that is really great in year 17.
Yes.
But in assist-to-turnover ratio, he ranks 34th. So he's also 4th in turnovers. So he's high turnovers, and I give him that because, as you always say, you're going to try a lot of things.
Try a lot of stuff.
He had 6 turnovers last night. Unfortunately, Zion also had 6 because it wasn't passing turnovers for Zion. He was just trying to do too much with the basketball. So what did we see last night from MVP LeBron? We saw him score 34 points on 21 shots in 36 minutes. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, a 19-year-old kid on the same floor scored 35 points, one more, on 16 shots, 5 fewer, in 33 minutes, 3 fewer. So which line was better? I don't know.
LeBron.
That's 35 on 16 shots. That's pretty sensational.
But all he did was score. Who else did Zion get involved?
Okay.
That's the difference between LeBron and everybody else. Because
Okay.
LeBron, if you said LeBron, tonight for the next 2 weeks, all we want you to do is score.
Okay.
Don't worry about rebounding. Don't worry about assisting the basketball. What do you think LeBron could do?
Okay, I got you. So, back to my man, Alvin Gentry. I've known him forever, and he really disappointed me the last 2 games against LeBron James because I don't know what he's thinking. We have seen LeBron go into attack mode twice this year. I'm talking about all out, low post, give me the basketball, and clear out attack mode.
Right.
And I love LeBron in that mode because I wish we could have seen more of it his whole career. He is the greatest driver of the basketball ever. How many times have I said that on this show?
Right.
But he doesn't utilize it enough, especially in the fourth quarter, because he fears the late game free throw line, except against New Orleans. Because now we've seen back-to-back games. We've seen all 4, but the back-to-back, he's just gone off, right?
Yeah.
Big scoring games.
40 points.
How did he do it? How did he do it? Give me the ball. Because what does Alvin want to do? For a while, he had Brandon Ingram on him for much of, like, 2/3 of the game.
Too light.
Okay, he's too light, but at least he's long enough to keep LeBron from just getting to the rim and laying it up off the glass, right?
Right.
So then he resorts to Josh Hart, who's listed at 6'5". He doesn't look 6'5" to me, but whatever.
Right.
And he had no chance.
Yeah.
So LeBron's just like, seriously? I'm going to wheel and I'm going to deal on you.
He ain't got no. It's just Skip at the end. Look, it seems to me that Alvin Gentry wanted to go because remember the other night it was True Holiday 1-on-1.
And then last night he finally in the end resorted back to Holiday.
Right. And
6'3".
And hope the double team comes.
Right.
But Skip, you need someone what's probably like, Zion's, not quite Zion's weight, but Skip, you need someone that got some, because if LeBron can take 2 dribbles and the double team doesn't come, well, he's going to take 3, 4, and he's going to go all the way to the paint. He's going to spin and lay it up. That's what's going to happen.
Spin and lay it up.
Josh Hart is a tenacious a defender as there is, but he's just too small.
Just too small.
Holiday is great, but he's just too small. Ingram is long enough, but he doesn't have enough bricks in his back pocket.
Yeah, and finally he went hard at him and got to the free throw line,
Right.
and they were up enough. He went and made the 2 free throws.
Right.
I'll give you that. If I were Alvin, I would say we're going to put his big you-know-what on the free throw line every time. Now, it might foul out half the roster.
Yeah. Because
Right?
we probably fouled him enough. Because, think about it, Skip. Zion made more free throws than we attempted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got GOAT James. We driving the ball. Because you saw Ingram foul LeBron last night, chopped him across the arm, the ball went out of bounds. That was a foul. You saw that.
I saw it, and it was a blatant hack. Agreed.
What did they call?
Yep.
Out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Skip, look, what you're seeing, Skip, I don't think people really fully, because even when the greats, when they're doing their thing, Tchaikovsky was writing this music and Picasso was painting, at the time they were doing it, nobody thought they were great.
Okay.
Nobody thought it. It was years and years and years. All of a sudden, artwork's going for $400 million, $300 million, $250 million. Now that, woo! So 10, 15 years from now, you'll look back and like, I witnessed that. I saw it firsthand. Not through, because everything is stored now. Not through that. I saw it.
Shannon.
Do you remember?
I was sitting courtside in 1998.
We ain't talking about
Michael
that.
Jeffrey Jordan, and I knew at that moment, this is the greatest. This is it right here, right now. It's high value already. It's not going to age gracefully into an artwork.
Right.
It's already artwork right before your very eyes.
Look, Jackson Pollock produced a lot of, but it's great work.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think I could splash a lot of paint.
Now you can't do that. Stop that. Okay, what about Jeff Koons?
Seriously, I think I could splash you too.
Hey, now how dare you, one of the great American artists of all time, you demean that man on national television, Skip
Well, you
Bayless.
just spread a canvas and start splashing. You
But
know?
that way,
don't know if it works that
Skip,
way.
do you realize what you witnessed last night? Do you realize what you saw?
I do. 35 points on 16 shots in 33 minutes by a 19-year-old. That was special.
Hold on.
Special.
With 0 assists. So in other words, he got his, but nobody else did. So in other words, he eating. So he got a big old feast around the table, Jenny, and ain't offer nobody nothing. LeBron James said, I'm going to get you 34, but I'm going to shell out some more. You eat. Hey,
By the way,
Kuzma, you eat. Dwight Howard, you eat.
I did witness something that happened with 1 minute and 26 left in the game. It's still a game, 6-point
What?
game, and I don't know what Tchaikovsky did, but he lost his mind for a second. If we
Yeah,
could
you
see
got it. I
what
don't
he
see it.
did,
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
know.
see it.
Was this Manet or Monet or
Something.
Mozart or could we see this here?
No.
We gotta.
Oh, well, LeBron, you have to pass it in before you step in bounds.
Just a little brain fart.
He just
right?
dribbled it right over the
little
line.
mix-up.
Wait a second. LeBron, what are you doing? LeBron, you can't do that. No, wait. It's basketball. What was he thinking?
We weren't thinking. I mean, we was caught up in the moment like,
Artiste.
Yes.
Right?
Just, he's human. I like it.
I think he
Human.
went Jackson Pollock and just tried to
mistakes.
splash. Just tried to splash paint everywhere on
There
that.
you
I
go,
knew you were
Skip,
gonna
baby.
bring that
Skip. But you must admit, even by your standard, and you always tell me, you judge LeBron because he's supposed to be here, you judge him by the harshest standards. That was a virtuoso last night. Was it a virtuoso? A simple yes or no.
He was really good against
No.
Josh Hart and Drew Holiday.
Hold on, see, Skip.
I don't know.
But see, then, all of a sudden, when they lost on Saturday, you talk about, well, he didn't do anything against Memphis. Get a man credit. If you're going to take it, you got to give if you're going to take it.
How did he do head up against Zion? Do you remember those plays?
How did Zion do against him?
Well, can we see the plays LeBron
Oh, my
trying to
goodness.
guard Zion and vice versa? Here's the first one. LeBron, God, that was too easy. He made LeBron look like he's 6'3", right? And then here's LeBron. LeBron, he's going to go up, but he's afraid the kid is too good and too quick jumping, and he just threw it
He
right out
told
of
you.
bounds.
He said, I told you. He said, I
Right out
told
of
you.
bounds.
He said, I
Right out
told
of
you.
bounds.
He said,
Here
I
we go
told
again.
you.
Here we go. Zion says, LeBron's on me. I'll just take that little jumper.
And look, LeBron just dropped here like, oh, my
That
goodness.
is sweet.
Oh, my goodness.
That is, if you can do that, it's game over. Sorry.
Hey, DJ, do we have another track? Do you want to show what he did to Zion? He took it. Hey, Skip, he went behind his back,
did. It was
between
great.
his legs. He could have dunked it, but he had that thing one head like,
Up and under.
yeah.
It was really good. They were both really good. But one's 19 and one is 35.
My one guy has already been there, done that, loved it, and moved on.
Put a lot of tape today, Shannon.
I don't like pulling tape.
Version
Look at this skip. Look at this skip. Woo! Wait, that's Zion. Is that Zion? Is that 19-year-old?
Yeah.
When he showed moving like he got 42-year-old legs.
Yeah.
Oh, bump him. Move him.
LeBron's got 3 inches on him.
Oh,
Three
whoa,
inches.
whoa.
Wow.
Skip.
6'9" versus 6'6".
You see him handle the ball like that? I thought that was Kyrie for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, when did Kyrie go to be 6'9"? The way he was dangling that thing on the string. Yo-yoing with it.
No mercy.
Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers took care of business against the Sixers yesterday. But it was during the Lakers-Pelicans game that Kawhi made heads turn when his latest New Balance commercial aired. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. Skip.
Talk about artwork.
Was Kawhi sending another message to LeBron?
He did it again. He dropped another New Balance commercial going into halftime of LeBron's big national TV stage game last night, and he sent him another message right on cue, move over, King. I mean, he's saying this is my league, my town, my time. Do you realize the audacity that's taking? Do you realize the nerve and the guts and the stones it takes to do that? On national TV in the middle of LeBron's ESPN game? Kawhi Leonard blatantly challenged LeBron again, and I can't tell you how much I loved and admired it. Because remember opening night? In the middle of Lakers-Clippers opening night stage, they dropped their first New Balance commercial in which we saw a little crown dangling from the keychain in Kawhi's classic car. And he's in LA taking an exit that says Kawhi Town. In your face, LeBron. He's saying my town.
That was Kawhi's car, huh?
I don't know.
You
I have
do
no
know
idea.
that wasn't no Kawhi's car.
I
That's
have
a
no
prop.
idea. All I know, it was boom. And it went boom again, sonic boom last night, because nobody has ever gone at LeBron like this guy is going right at him. This is completely, absolutely fearless. And let's go back to the text that we read during the commercial. This is Kawhi. This is his show. His show. He moves, the game follows, as if the whole game is following this guy. Well, it is, basically. Nobody wants to admit it, but it just is. We tell you the ending, but you already know. It's predicting that the Clippers are going to win the finals and Kawhi's going to win another finals and that Kawhi's going to be another finals MVP, which would give him his third, along with 2 Defensive Players of the Year. And by the way, the 3 would that would tie LeBron, right? For 3 finals MVPs.
Also with Shaq.
Right. So
I think Magic.
yeah, predicting, to me, that's what this is doing, a championship. And obviously, Kawhi blessed this, right?
Yep.
A lot of players would say, you're not putting that pressure on my head.
Oh, whatever.
Nope, here we go.
You know.
And the game is on because that team I saw on Friday night against the Nuggets, and by the way, now the Nuggets and Clippers are tied for second in the West.
And it's time for what?
Tied for second.
Who's
tied
first?
for second.
Who's first?
Well, it doesn't really matter who's first because if Clippers finish second, they play in the same building. So you can't tell me, Lakers got home court. Will it really matter if the Clippers share the building?
It would always. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You the one that tried to make more of this than what it was. First of all, a lot of people don't know this, Jenny. I don't even know if you knew this.
Right.
But in between my time as being a professional football player for 14 years, I worked at CBS for 10 years. But in between CBS and Fox, I also worked at an ad agency.
You did?
Yeah. Let me and I was, trying to get my feet wet on Madison Avenue, how ads work.
Oh.
I was like, well, how do you determine when you're going to release an ad or a commercial? They said, Shannon, what we try and estimate where the most eyes are going to be on the television set. See, there's a reason why people pay 4 or 5, 5.6 for an ad of 30-second spot during the Super Bowl. Because guess what that means, Jenny? 100 million plus people watching. Now, you can save yourself about 5.5 million if you release it at 3 o'clock in the morning, but nobody's watching. So you could have saved yourself a lot of money. They knew. Why not release it when Kawhi's playing? Because they knew most of the eyes are going to be on who, Jenny? Zion and Go James. So you release it with most of the eyeballs. There's a reason why people paid $1 million for Friends for commercial spots and Cheers and $2.5 million. Skip Bayless, you know how this works.
How about this year's Super Bowl?
We got $5.6 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, 5. We raking all that money.
Yep.
Come on in here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we raked it all in. Skip Bayless, I can't even believe you that you actually believe that Kawhi, Skip Bayless, Kawhi Leonard doesn't know the difference between a green screen and a porch screen. And you're going to tell me he's going to say, oh, release it at this point in time. Stop it.
He knows a whole
He
lot
does
more
not.
than
No,
you
he does
think
not. No, he does not. No, he does not. Skip Bayless. I love you. Look here.
Yep.
You want people to believe that somehow Kawhi Leonard is orchestrating. Now, we're going to shoot this. I want to do a commercial like this. I want to come out like I'm on a sound stage, and I'm going to be tapping the mic. And I just want, stop it. You know how this works, Skip Bayless.
Virtuoso. Playing that piano.
I did like the piano.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
There is another.
I like
There's
it.
a brand of piano that's not spelled Kawhi, but it's close. Because I saw one in Vegas, took a picture of it. But he changed the spelling to his own name. So it's a virtuoso piano.
Actually, it's not.
Yeah.
What is it, Yamaha?
No, it's Kawhi. There's something that close to Kawhi, brand of piano. Seriously.
Well, he doesn't know how to play.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not the
How do you know? Maybe his hands are too big. I don't know.
First of all, Skip, you know how this works. You know when they release ads. Yeah. You know when they release commercials because they want maximum eyeballs. That's how I can get my money. That's how I can get my money, Jenny. Because all I know, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip Bayless. Okay, we got LeBron James and we got Kawhi. Whose game do you think are most watched? LeBron's or Kawhi's? If he's the best player, if he is everything you say, why don't people want to see him?
What does New Balance want most? It wants to send a message to all the LeBron fans, we're cooler because we got this guy.
No.
This guy's better. This is his town.
Remember, we dropped him. Jenny, did we tell you that? We dropped him. We sent him to Jordan, and Jordan said, what can we do with a guy that doesn't smile, doesn't have a whole lot to say? How the hell we market that? And so he went and got with a jogging shoe. That's what New Balance are known for, jogging shoes. Now, I like some of the shoes. I kick them around my sweats. No, I'm cool like that. But I ain't wearing no basketball shoe. Skip Bayless, you need to stop this, because we had him. And we said, nah, kick rocks. What we gonna do with a guy that won't talk? How do we market that, Jenny? Where's the personality? Where's the charisma? Because I tell you, it takes more than just winning to sell. Michael Jordan has charisma. He had personality. He has pizzazz. You think, what? What your guy got?
Quiet storm.
No. The quiet storm don't mean nothing.
Guts.
Board the windows up. He go to Home Depot.
Yeah.
Home Depot sell plywood and nails. That's what you want? Because that's all he got.
All I know is if he's no shrewd operator, what happened last July? This man pulled the wool over, pulled the rug out from under your man LeBron James, who was telling all of his media friends, we got Kawhi. AD, me, Kawhi.
Right.
It's over. We're going to dominate the league. And at the last second, in the 11th hour, when nobody saw it coming, nobody. He did it to that guy.
Yeah, he did.
And he's taunting him through commercials. I've never seen anything like it before.
I mean, when last time you see LeBron do a shoe commercial?
That's a good point.
We got to do shoes. You know what we do. Yeah. You know who we are.
When's the last time you saw Kawhi do any commercial?
He got to try to sell himself. But you are what you are, Skip.
You're the Finals MVP.
You either have personality or you don't. There have been a lot of Finals MVP. A lot of them.
Yep.
What they got to do with that? He doesn't have that, Skip. He ain't going overseas and 100,000 kids lined up to see him when he go to China. Well, when they get that coronavirus under control. When he going overseas? When he going to Thailand? When he going to Japan?
After he wins another Finals MVP.
And they gonna say, and guess what? And they said when he get over there, they gonna say, hey, go back and bring Go James. That's what they told him. Ain't nobody want to see that.
Is Kawhi Leonard on social media? Nope.
That's his fault.
Does he have IG? Nope. Twitter?
Jenny,
Nope. Facebook?
Jenny,
Nope.
Jenny. Hold on. Those are revenue-generating streams. That's him being foolish. You maximize that. Guess who else is on IG? Bill Gates. He on IG. You think he got enough money, Jenny? I mean, I don't know where we do $105 billion. Why would he want to mess around with IG? Why would he want to mess around with Twitter?
So LeBron's over here beating his chest, saying, "Look at me."
He didn't do that.
Insinuating himself into Zion's life.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
meanwhile, very quietly, Kawhi says, "All I do is go play, and we just keep winning games, and now we're whole."
Not enough.
What they did to the Nuggets on Friday
How
night,
about
they
Philly?
just destroyed
What
them.
was that guy name that dropped Milton? Shake Milton. Drop 39 on his head.
Not on his head.
No, do this. Because this is what I'm seeing, Jenny. This is what, I don't know if you noticed this and follow me, Jenny. And people at home, I want y'all to follow me and see if y'all notice this. When Kawhi Leonard gets cooked, all he cares about the playoffs. Now, he locks Devin Booker down. See what happens when he locks in?
5 of 19.
Oh!
Yep.
But what did Jason Tatum hit him for? What did Shake Milton hit him for?
He wasn't guarding Shake.
What about Marcus Smart? Hold on. Y'all, that's the best defensive team in basketball.
The Clippers were up 14 mid-fourth quarter yesterday. What do you want?
They were down at one point, 14.
Okay, well, they won easily.
Oh, we won
it's
easily.
over.
We won
They're
easily.
tied with the Nuggets. They destroyed the
Hold up.
They left the Nuggets for psychological dead on Friday night.
Jenny, I don't know how you did, but Jenny, we used to have field day, and I was always winning. I went all the softball throw, the relay, the sack race. I went all the races. I didn't worry about who tied for second because I got the blue ribbon. So I don't care about the red, the purple, the yellow, the green. I don't care about who had the blue. I had the blue ribbon. So if you're not in first in the West, why are we talking about tie for second? Tie for second.
Who went to Toronto and led them to an NBA title? Who did that?
Hold up. Help me understand, Jenny. Toronto was so bad, they got a better record right now without Kawhi than Kawhi got with the Clippers. But they're terrible.
They got no chance.
I don't know the
They got
chance.
no
I don't know what they got.
Yep.
But I know they got a better record than the Clips. That's what we do know. We know that right here. Okay. I'm just
Clippers
checking.
are coming.
They were coming for what?
I feel like we're going to have more
Lakers.
commercials, too.
Yep.
I feel like as the season progresses,
Them little $40 commercials.
piano.
I might even put my own commercial out. Me and Goat James might do something together. A collab edition.
Okay.
We got something for you.
He moves, the game follows. That's what's happening right now.
We got now.
Yep.
Hold on.
Catchy.
Hold on.
It's catchy.
Jen, if I'm not mistaken, who was in L.A. first? Hold on. Did we come down? Hold on. Did I miss something? I could have swear we was out here a year ago.
Yeah, you were here and you missed the playoffs.
Hey, guess what?
The playoffs.
So when we move, people follow. Well,
He didn't follow.
yes, he did.
Nope.
He came to L.A. We was here.
It's his town
That-
originally. He was born and raised.
He wasn't born in L.A.
Yes,
he
he
wasn't born in L.A.
Close enough.
Stop that.
Well, he was born in L.A.
he
I think he was born in Compton, moved to Riverside.
Okay.
No, he did.
Hold on.
Well, that counts, right?
No, it does
Why?
not. When people say, I said, where you live at? Atlanta. What part? Oh, I live in Decatur. That is not Atlanta.
Close enough.
No, it's
LA
not.
is so big and spread out.
No, it's not.
Yeah, all LA. Well, guys, Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are running out of time to get a new deal done before the quarterback hits the free agent market. According to a report from the NFL Network, the Cowboys intend to use the exclusive franchise tag on Dak if they can't reach a long-term deal. So, Shannon, what would it tell you if the Cowboys do end up tagging Dak?
It would tell me they don't value him as a top quarterback, Skip. The franchise tag is about two things. Either we have questions about you on the field or we have questions about you off the field. There are no off-the-field question mark about Dak Prescott. On the field is where they have the question marks. And I think Dak is tired of Steven and Jerry Jones giving him empty calorie compliments with no nutritional value, meaning as a contract. Skip, you remember they franchised Von Miller. They franchised Von after he was Super Bowl MVP. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he had averaged double-digit sacks. But he had some issues off the field that the Broncos were uncertain of. So they franchised him until, okay, are we sure? He went a couple of years, didn't have any more things, so the Broncos said, okay, we were good. The Cowboys, and I believe you're going to start to believe this, Skip, they're creating a Kirk Cousins-type situation. Because when you franchise a guy, Skip, you're basically almost betting against him. I think he's good, but if I sign him to a long-term deal and he doesn't get any better than this, I look foolish. But if he stays the same, well, I was well within my right. And that's what the Washington seemed to have done, Skip. They kept betting against themselves. Cousins realized if I can just finish the season healthy, somebody's going to pay me a king's ransom because I'm free. Dak Prescott understands, Skip, if he was ever free, he would get whatever he wants. But the Cowboys keep saying, oh, he's a franchise. We can win with him. We can win multiple Super Bowls, yada, yada, yada. But Dak says, okay, where's the contract? Where's the facts that back up what you're saying, which meaning signing me to a long-term deal? This is starting to, look, having gone through this, I don't really care. You know, my girlfriend used to tell my brother and I see better than I hear. I told you boys to take that trash out. Now, you told me you was going to do it, and I still sit in the corner. You keep telling me, Skip, no, you don't tell me, but Jerry and Steven, he's a guy. He's our franchise guy. We go yada, yada, yada. But Dak says, oh, how much longer do I need to wait? You should have came to him after year 3, Skip. Because if you didn't know what Dak was after year 3, you're never going to know. Like Teddy Pendergrass used to say, Jenny, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never know me.
Just don't sing it.
Okay, yeah. So that's it, Skip. That's what it tells me. That's what I'm looking at it on the outside looking in. It tells me they're still unsure about what Dak is on the field. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, can he get them to where they need to be?
I agree, unfortunately. And I'll be the first to say I dread this eventuality, maybe. It may be becoming that, this distinct possibility, because nothing much good has ever come from using a franchise tag.
Nope.
Nothing much good. See Le'Veon, see Kirk Cousins in Washington, see bad blood, right?
Yeah.
It just creates ill will, bad blood, mixed emotions.
They ended up trading Khalil Mack. Remember they tagged him?
They did.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So I dread it, but I still don't know the bottom line. I still don't know. If you could tell me right here, right now, if you could write me a number and say, this is what Dak and his agent have asked for, and they are not budging from this number, then I could respond. But I don't know the number because nobody has reported that magic number. I don't know what it is. I might be on Jerry's side. I might be on Dak's side. I don't know. How high is it? Is it absurdly high? Is it unrealistically high?
I just believe, Skip, I believe the guaranteed number must start with a number that's greater than Jared Goff. Jared Goff is at $112 million. So I believe that's the starting point.
Okay, I'm with you. But then what? I don't know what else it is. Is it some absurd $45 million a year because they believe that in 5 years he's going to have 2 Super Bowls?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I believe in that young man.
Right.
I believe he's the leader and the backbone and the face of my franchise.
I think also, Skip, I don't know about the Super Bowls, but I believe that Dak believes and his representative believe he can win Super Bowls. But I believe they believe the CBA is going to happen sooner than later. They're going to get that 17th game, which is added revenue. They're going to get that extra playoff game, which is added revenue.
Yep.
So they believe that since Dak has been in the league, the cap has gone up 30%. They're saying at worst case scenario, it's going to, with an extra game, it's going to go at least that.
Yep.
So we look at this number now. Let's just say he wants 36 million, Skip. We look at that now. That seems like a lot of money. But when you add 30% to a cap, that might be $200 million next year. That might be $260 in 3 years.
Yep.
Where 36 million going to look like chicken feed. Because guess what? My homeboy coming. And there's going to be no questions asked. Deshaun Watson is coming. There'll be no questions asked.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson is coming. There might be some questions asked, but it's hard to tell a regular season MVP he can't get his money.
Okay. CBA, no CBA. Is it going to happen? Not happen. Is it going to happen sooner than later, later than sooner? I don't know.
Well, Jerry, I think, here's the Skip. Jerry says he rolled the dice a lot of times. He bought the Cowboys in bankruptcy. He rolled the dice that he believed that he could turn it around. He's going to have to roll the dice and believe that at some point in time, if I give Dak a 5-year deal, there will be a new CBA in place and we'll get this extra game and I'll be okay.
Yep. Look, you're exactly right, and I was with you. This should have happened last offseason.
Yes.
The way it happened for Goff and the way it happened for Wentz.
Correct.
And I don't know why it didn't unless they were asking for absurd money or Jerry was just not sold.
Right.
And it's possible he said, let's let him bet on himself because he seems to thrive on betting on himself
Right.
as the former 4th-round draft choice.
Right.
So he bet on himself and he put up great numbers.
Yes.
You say empty calorie numbers because in the end, the only number that mattered was 8 and 8.
Correct.
And he missed too many throws in key moments of key games, especially Tavon Austin at Philly.
Well, I agree with you. I believe they should have got him last offseason. But Skip, if a guy X and Y signs for this and this, you can't expect Z that comes after them to sign less than them.
Nope.
And it seems to me the $100 million guaranteed was less than Wentz and Goff got, and he would have been signing after them. Skip, you don't want to start that because if two guys sign in front of you for this and one guy jumps the other guy, you automatically jump them because if you go behind them, now you stifle the market.
Yep.
So everybody else is just coming along the line is like, well, look what Dak did.
Yep.
So you want to keep advancing the ball. Okay. You don't want to bring it back.
So we're under 2 weeks away from both sides having to lay their cards on the table because you're going to hit the deadline.
Yep.
And somebody's going to have to go or not go, right?
You get the tag.
Okay.
There was always, once this deal didn't get done, because, Skip, the thing was, once you didn't do this deal, you made Dak navigate shark or alligator-infested waters. And he came out on the other side breathing heavy, but he was unscathed.
Yep.
So now he's like, I'm not giving you no discount after you made me put myself in harm's way.
And there's no reason for them to get impatient now because they waited the whole season, so they might as well just wait to the deadline. If he gets exclusive tagged, then he has until the start of the season to even say, I accept.
Right, because even after that, you can't do a long-term deal.
Okay.
You get to, like, at some point, I think in July, Skip, up until that point. After that, you got to play on the tag. Yeah. They can't do it if you said, you know what, hey, go an extra $2 million per year, we can get this done. No.
Yep.
Once it reaches that deadline, you're done until 2021, Skip.
Right. And here's the killer for me. My team has a new coach, and they're saying it's not a new offense, but you know and I know it's going to be pretty different.
Yep.
And Kellen Moore's still supposedly calling the plays, but Mike's bringing in new terminology and a whole new staff around, and my quarterback needs to be there for every single snap of this offseason, especially this offseason.
And I've said this. I believe that one of the reasons that Kellen Moore stayed on staff and he's going to be allowed to call play, they're going to have a lot of some of the terminology going to be the same because Dak is familiar with that terminology. But Skip, he needs to be there. So he's not coming for OTAs. He's not coming for minicamp. He'll sign that contract. I'll see you in training, the day of training camp.
And even then, will he be there for the start of training camp? I don't know.
I believe he'll be there for the start.
Maybe.
He might show up late. He might, you know what I'm saying, you arrive, you know, he might not take the team charter to wherever they go. I think they go to Oxnard or something like that. So he might not take that charter, put a little fear in them, like, where is that? Okay, they're going to wait a couple of minutes. You know, they'll wait a little while, then all of a sudden.
Just nothing good comes from this.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
No mercy. After the Lakers-Pelicans game last night, cameras caught LeBron talking to Zion on the court. When asked about what he told Zion, LeBron had this to say.
Just see all these guys, these young guys, you know, the league is in a very good place, and if I'm able to give my wisdom and game, pass it down, no matter while I'm playing or after I'm playing, you know, I feel like it's my job because the game is just giving me so much as I started playing when I was 8 years old. So it's my responsibility, and you know, anybody that says that you know, LeBron, why would he do that while he's playing? It's a sign of weakness. You know, he's buddy with the guys that he's going against. Tell him to kiss my ass. All right? With a smile, too.
With a smile, too. That's my favorite part. Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard joining us. All right, Chris, I heard you a little giggle there, so that might give me a preview. But what do you make of LeBron's post-game comments?
Well, I think, and let me say this, and Skip, you always hear me say this when we talk about LeBron missing a game winner in January or something. We didn't scrutinize Jordan and Magic and all those guys like that just because we didn't have the technology. There weren't shows like this. We didn't see every single game.
No social media.
Right. It just was. And I think while AAU has changed things and players, you know teaming up is different. Right, they know each other. We do overstate the rivalries, the hatred back in the day. Magic and Isaiah Thomas were best friends. They kissed before the finals. We remember that. Mark Aguirre was also in that crew, and when he joined the Pistons, it was a trio of great friends. Jordan was very tight with Charles Oakley, as you know. Patrick Ewing. And I know Jeff Van Gundy said Jordan softens them up, taking them out to dinner. Jordan never said that. They never said that. To them, it might have been just we friends having dinner.
Right.
And Jeff Van Gundy playing mind games with his own players.
Right.
Like, they were doing that, he was putting that in their mind. So I just want to say, even Magic with Bird, Magic wanted to be friendly. Bird was the one that, like, look, I'm keeping a distance because I got to be able to compete. So different people are different ways. Magic could be friends and try to take your heart out on the court. I think LeBron is similar. I think this says a few things about LeBron. One, we know his upbringing, single child, unstable environment. He's looked at his team always as family. Always. My teammates are my brothers, my family, because he didn't have that at home. And the league is just an extension of that to him. We always hear it's a fraternity. He really means it. Like, any player in the league, he's willing to take under his wing and mentor. I remember when LeBron was early in his career in Cleveland, I would see Kevin Durant in the Cavs locker room occasionally, or in Washington is where I saw him when they were playing the Wizards. And he wanted to take, Durant under his wing and show him the ropes. He'll do that with anybody, whether or not
the worked out the whole offseason before the 2012.
Yep. So whether the players accept it or not, LeBron's always willing to share his wisdom and knowledge and things he's got. He wanted Jordan to take him under his wing like that, and it never really happened. Obviously, Kobe pushed until Mike accepted him.
But knock on the door until he answers.
Right. I think the second thing is this. What's LeBron's slogan? More than an athlete. Yeah. He's always obviously viewed himself as that. And so he wants to share that mentality with other players if they'll have it. If Zion will have it, if Trae Young, Ja Morant, whoever will have it, yes, I'll share it with you guys. And part of that mentality is thinking if the owners can do it, why can't the players? That's LeBron's mentality. Yep. And so if the owners can put teams together, why can't a player? And now we got this era of player empowerment where now players are kind of putting their own teams together. And so LeBron, even like when you look at doing business off the court, LeBron does get offended when you saw what happened at the All-Star Weekend. The owner for the Bucks, Wes Edens, or one of the owners, Jeannie Buss, Michael Jordan. Those are three owners, and Whit Grossbeck from the Boston Celtics. They started a tequila company together. Mm-hmm. LeBron looks at it and says, why isn't anybody saying, they don't want to compete anymore? They're too friendly. Are they trying to win championships or not? But yet they look at players. Mm-hmm. When I get friendly with players, we don't want to compete and stuff like that. So he looks at that and says, that's not fair. And the reason I believe he made that comment, that last night comment about kissing his you-know-what, is because LeBron looks at it as, I'm playing chess. This is bigger than basketball. I want to help these other guys do what I've done, or maybe greater, off the court. So I'm playing chess. Anybody that criticizes me and doesn't see it, they're a checkers player criticizing a grandmaster in chess. So he laughs at that's funny to him. So he makes that type of comment and laughs and with a smile, because y'all don't even get it.
Y'all don't get the big
what I've built up and what I'm trying to build up. So that I believe that's what LeBron's thinking was.
Okay. Take it away.
You want to go?
Go ahead.
I would hear everything you said if Zion had sought counsel from the king, but he did not. And that's the bottom line to what happened last night and why I thought LeBron twice was out of line right after the game and then what he said there. Because this was about a Zion who's becoming a star right before your very eyes. He's putting up historical numbers in historical ways. And to me, LeBron can't stand it when somebody else becomes the story in the NBA, and he's always trying to insinuate himself into that life. And this life of this kid, I admired greatly because he made it clear from the start, I respect LeBron. He's this and he's that, and I'm going to say every right thing about him, but I don't need him to be my big brother. I'm good, because deep down, this kid really believes in what he is, what God gave him, whatever, however you want to describe it. He has abilities that nobody has. Even LeBron said after the game last night to Dave McMenamin, Nobody jumps quicker than he does. No. Nobody. Nobody can jump off 2 feet quicker. Nobody can spring back for a second and third
jump. He missed a shot, and he done got the rebound. The other guy didn't even jump yet.
Right. That second jump.
And he doesn't have good hands. He has great hands. He has left and he's ambidextrous, so we see it all. And you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg right now. And he's made it clear, I don't need a big brother. I'm not going to kiss up to LeBron or suck up to LeBron, and I don't need to be part of the Clutch Sports family. And let's be clear about this. There's some monetary motivation here on LeBron's part. I think much of it is the goodness of his heart because he wants to be the whole league's big brother. But remember what happened on February 9th of last basketball season. LeBron went way out of his way with Rich Paul. I don't know if they drove or flew, maybe they helicoptered 250 miles from Philadelphia to Charlottesville, Virginia, to sit courtside and watch Duke at Virginia just so they could announce their presence like, we are interested in you, Zion. Well, clearly, who wouldn't be? Everybody was. And I don't blame him for doing that, but that's a powerful presence of LeBron sitting right there he's like 50-yard line, front row, saying, we're here for you, young man. I want to see what you got. And he didn't choose Clutch. He chose CAA. And then he made it clear, arm's length. I'm good. I don't need this. And after the first meeting between Zion and LeBron last week, it felt like it knocked LeBron a little off balance that the kid is saying, I've never even talked to him. And he's doing so matter-of-factly, and he wasn't doing it in the vein of, gee, I wish we'd bump into each other in the hallway. He was just saying, I'm good. And so last night, when the game ended, they intermingled, had sort of a receiving line because so many Lakers are Pelicans and vice versa. and all of a sudden, LeBron goes out of his way, to my eye, and went over to Zion. And Zion wasn't looking for it, but he's not going to rebuff. He accepted it. He didn't say a word back. He just nodded his head. And LeBron felt like it's his place to pass down some wisdom. And I have no idea what he said. I assume it's what he told Lonzo. Just keep your head down and don't pay attention to the noise. You know,
and probably said if you need anything.
Yeah, if you need anything. And if there's any noise back and forth about you versus me, don't just shake it off. It's no big deal to me. That kind of thing. And I thought, you know, I thought that was out of line because I don't think Zion was seeking that. It's like, leave it be, LeBron. He's good without you. You don't have to jump into his story. And LeBron played great last night because he needed to play great. He wanted to play great.
Then if LeBron walks by and LeBron showing the kid up,
that's the thing.
LeBron can't win in this situation.
Well, you can go just give a quick hug. You don't have to cover your mouth with a towel.
Yeah, because you know people like you would try to read his lips and see what he's saying.
Everybody, you know, and the cameras are zeroed in, and they've actually gotten smart, and they're going behind LeBron. Did you notice it? To try to see if you can see a little.
I just think Zion is saying, I don't need a mentor. I'm good.
Well,
leave him be.
Here's the thing, though, Skip. If LeBron James is fine without Zion, like, what does he have to gain?
Nothing.
Michael Jordan, he's not mentoring LeBron. Because he's fine. He's Michael Jordan.
But
he doesn't need LeBron.
Storyline. LeBron is now the mentor. He's the big brother of Zion Williamson. He's going to bring him along and teach him the ropes.
But does he need that? He's got
Yeah, he does.
People, you even said it. He could be president. We think he needs Zion Williamson.
Yeah, remember, LeBron went to see Steph Curry play at Davis.
Yes, exactly. LeBron is a big fan.
He likes basketball. And if you don't mind me asking, Skip,
that was before there was this thing called Clutch.
But that just shows that he went to see Steph with no ulterior motives.
Think about it. Do you know anybody? David Falk. How many people signed with David Falk before Michael Jordan got with him? That's how it works, Skip Bayless. Tom Condon. Tom Condon get the big quarterback because he got Peyton Manning. He got
Don't think Kobe didn't help Rob Pelinka.
Yeah. Stop this notion.
Well, started. Yeah. LeBron's overseeing Clutch.
If you don't mind me asking.
Wait, do you think LeBron benefits from Clutch Sports? Michael Jordan did not benefit at all from another David Falk.
He
did not.
He probably gave a little piece of
No, he didn't.
But hold on.
He can't benefit now.
Hold on. What shoe company endorses Zion? Is there no monetary gain by Jordan? Because Jordan had the two-time Finals MVP, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, and let him go because they couldn't make no money. Now you don't want Bron to make no money. We gonna make money.
What is he not making?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what we do.
Oh,
but knowledge is great to have knowledge. But the greatest example of knowledge is to share it. What good if you have information, Chris, that could possibly help me, and you can't? I ain't helping him. He might, but we think like that. You know, we do a lot of that in our community, Chris.
Well, and there's a racial element too. Obviously, LeBron will help any player, Luka, like you said. But he, you know, we see the issues in the African-American community, and LeBron knows, you know, the poverty and stuff. He wants to legitimately help guys, and I think you accept that too.
I totally accept that, unless that kid, if Trae Young said no to LeBron, then he should just leave him be.
He would.
If Lucas said no, just leave him alone. Okay?
But it's not like
he sent the signal.
It's not like LeBron drove to the team hotel and knocked on Zion's door.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. They just had a 30-second conversation.
Okay. The kiss my you-know-what quote, it came at the end of his media session, and it was unprompted. He volunteered it. Nobody asked him that question. He wanted to say, because I think he knew what was coming. I think he knew that he had stepped a little over the edge into Zion's territory to say, hey, let me give you some words of wisdom. And to me, it came across like it's like a papal audience. I'm going to grant you an audience. And LeBron knew he was going to get a little backlash, so he said to anybody who wants to take issue with this, you can kiss my you-know-what. Okay?
We own all the territory.
Even if Zion doesn't need him, it still, I think, goes a long way. That's all I have to say, because I don't care who you are, you respect the best. You respect those people. If anyone were to say something to you. So we're going to leave it at that.
No mercy.
As Tom Brady's future remains uncertain, Deion Sanders is the latest to join Skip, who has been saying that the Patriots signing and trading Tom Brady to the 49ers would be a win for all involved. And yesterday, Sanders said that this scenario, quote, just makes sense for everybody. So, Shannon, let's get your take. Do you agree?
Oh, no. Time. I ain't going to let you off the hook like that.
No?
Because there was time that been talking. Skip, he and I, we all the time, we're on the phone, Deion Sanders.
I can only imagine.
We're on the phone all the time. This goes back to last year. Brady goes. I said, Now, I just wanted you to know one thing, Skip. Help me understand. Who's the best coach in NFL history?
Bill Walsh.
There you go. You ruined every conversation. It's Bill Hoodie Belichick.
Says you.
6 Super Bowl wins with 9 appearances. Now, that's the smartest coach, the best coach in NFL history. What does he know that other people don't? So, let me get this right, Skip. The 49ers, the Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, you're supposed to get rid of a quarterback that was 5th in completion percentage, 30 yards per attempt, 12th in QBR at the age of 28. And you're going to take on a 43-year-old that was 27th in completion percentage, 27th in yards per attempt, and 19th in QBR. Wow. Coach Belichick all of a sudden got dumb overnight because he's willing to forego that guy. He knows something. A guy that sees him every day in practice. Skip, I kept telling you. I kept telling you this day was going to come. Skip, it's okay. Skip, it's okay to get old and not be the guy you were 10 years ago. It happens. I ain't the same guy I was. I ain't the same man I was 10 years ago. I ain't much different, though. Skip, it hurts. I know it's going to hurt you because I told you this was going to happen. I would not do it. I'm not moving on from a 28-year-old for a 43-year-old. That's not happening, Skip. I'm not going to do it. I know it sounds, good. It sounds so good. No. Coach Belichick knows something because Coach Belichick normally doesn't give up good players. He don't normally do that.
Okay. So, what have you told me all along about Bill Belichick over the last 2 years sitting in that chair?
Yep.
That he only wants the opportunity to prove he can win one Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
He does want that.
So that doesn't really reflect on how good or bad Tom is at this point in stage and age. It's all about Belichick just wanting the opportunity because he's earned the opportunity to say, watch this.
Yeah.
I don't want all the credit going to number 12. I want all the credit coming to Hoodie, okay?
Yep.
So Hoodie wants the opportunity. He feels like after 9 of these Super Bowls, give me the chance to build one by myself, okay? So it's not about how good or bad Tom Brady is right now, and I'm not even sure that he's signed off on letting Tom go. I'm not going to be surprised if they make him a reasonable offer and he stays in New England. Would that be Belichick's blessing? I don't know. We're not there yet.
I think that Mr. Kraft blessing.
Okay, well, it could be. It well could be. So now let's flip it around and look at the 49ers.
Okay.
What just happened? They played 3 playoff games, and Kyle Shanahan regularly and repeatedly showed you he did not trust this quarterback. Because against your Vikings, second half, he let him throw 6 passes. I was just shocked by that, but they were running the ball pretty effectively. And so he's just saying, I don't need you, Jimmy. And that's enough of you today. And then it got even worse against Green Bay because he let him throw 8 for the whole game. He let him throw 2 second-half passes against the Green Bay Packers, but he wasn't needed. But I still believe that deep down, Kyle knows, heart of hearts, can't really trust him with the money on the table. And yet, he got forced in the Super Bowl into a fourth-quarter predicament in which he finally said, I got no choice. I got to put the Super Bowl in Jimmy G's hands. And what happened in the fourth quarter? 3 of 11 happened for 36 total yards and an interception. A loss happened. They blew a lead because of Jimmy G.
Skip, we're 3rd and 15 from having a moot conversation. Let that sink in. That was 3rd and 15. We believe that the outcome would have been different had the 49ers defense could have just gotten off the field.
But the 49ers offense did have the ball 2 or 3 times in crucial moments, and the quarterback misfired.
Oh, you do remember, like, the Patriots had it, like, short yardage down at the against Tennessee, and they got stuffed on 4th down, right?
Okay.
Why would they let Tom Brady throw the ball, Jenny? If he's the guy. That's Tom Brady.
Who had the better receivers, 49ers or Patriots?
No,
Help me out. I think it's way 49ers.
Whoa. I'm just asking a simple question.
Deebo Samuel?
Okay, I get he had Deebo, he had Emmanuel Sanders, he had George Kittle. I get Kittle. I get all of that. I'm saying against Tennessee in the playoffs, why wouldn't Coach Belichick put the ball in Tom Brady's hand? That's the GOAT, Jenny. 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins. All the wins come from behind. 4-time MVP. Coach Belichick took the ball out of his hands. Why?
Well, the last regular season game in which the Patriots could have had the 2 seed in the AFC, which is pretty great, Brady did what he always did before. He took him right down the field for 75 yards and a touchdown, and then Belichick's defense gave up an 80-yard touchdown drive. Not a field goal drive, a touchdown drive to Ryan Fitzpatrick to blow the 2 seed and the season.
Skip, let this sink in for just a second. If Coach Belichick defense at any point in time this season gave up more than 17 points, they lost. Let that sink in for just a second. Now, 17 points per season, more times than not, will have you top 3 in points allowed. If they gave up 17, that was a magic number. If somebody reached that number, it was kaput.
Okay.
What happened to your guy? He can't give me a regular. He can't give me 21. He can't give me 24.
Repeatedly about his number 1 receiver. You've called Julian Edelman broken down several times, right?
Who got him broke down? Tom Brady throwing him into them headaches. Throwing him into traffic.
Well, that's what he does for a living.
Oh, so now
he gets his head hit.
Yeah, so now it's his fault. You know what I'm saying, JD? For 27th in completion. So I'm gonna take a guy. I got a money manager, Jenny.
Okay.
This one guy brings me, say, 17% per year. The other guy brings me 7. So I'm going to give up the guy that brings me 17 for the guy that gives me 7? I wish I might. What did he do that at, Skip?
This is cut and dry.
No, it ain't.
And I tweeted it in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Tom Brady would have won the Super Bowl for the 49ers.
Why did he do it for the Patriots? I want to know, first of all, you say it's cut and dry.
He only won 6.
I want to know who cutting and who drying, if it's so cut and dry. It is.
Deion Sanders, who's the greatest cornerback ever, he knows, and he lights up this.
He don't want me to be right. I told him this day would come in time. Just don't want me to be right. He don't want me to be right. So now he want to try to save face. I know what you do in time. You think you're slick. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to save face. I told you Brady still had it.
It makes sense for everybody because why not just flip-flop quarterbacks? Let Brady go home to San Mateo where he grew up. Let him quarterback the team he loved as a little kid because he was at the catch game in early 1982, the Dwight Clark.
Well, now Kyle got to change his whole offense. He can't run no boots. He can't run no naked. He can't get outside.
I bet Kyle could figure out how to somehow ease Tom Brady into his old offense.
Why we got to do all that, Jimmy?
I mean,
we got an offense that's working really well.
Tom Brady. You make changes when you got
You
Tom
just
Brady.
do it because he would give you 2 years of shots at winning the Super Bowl that I don't think Jimmy G can win for
got
this
it.
team.
They're 3rd and 15 away. 3rd 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15,
It's
Skip.
interesting, and we've been hearing it from you, Skip, for a long time.
Yep, and they should just close their eyes and plunge and do it. It would make them the story of the year. And you know about the Super Bowl loser syndrome? You know what usually happens? The bottom falls out psychologically, where you were so close and you can't quite get it back. And Jimmy G struggles all year. He knows the coach doesn't really believe in him or trust him. And that would not happen with this guy as a 49er.
So you want Tom Brady to go back to New England when he knows the coach has already tried to get rid of him and don't really trust him?
Well, there, it only matters what the owner says.
Oh, right? So even if the coach don't want you.
Because that coach in New England doesn't coach offense. He coaches defense.
He coaches the team.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Well,
I keep going back to, remember when they deep cleaned the suite?
Yeah.
At Gillette? I think they're cleaning. They're moving on.
He wants out.
Well, Coach Belichick tried to do this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait to see
and
old
Mr.
Coach
Kraft
Belichick
brought it back
next
in the
year
house.
with Andy Dalton or somebody.
Jenny, you know how you clean stuff? I'm sure you've been cleaning stuff, and then Matt go get it and bring it back in the house. You like, Matt, I tried to get rid of this.
Yeah,
That's what Coach Belichick said. No, that's what it's the other way around.
That's the other way around. I'm not cleaning. I need to be cleaning. But yeah, Belichick.
Coach Belichick said, I tried to get rid. He said, Bob. He had his feet up on his desk.
Yep.
At the end of the season. He had his feet up on, he said, Bob, now see?
So remember, he tried to get rid of him, and all Brady did was take him to another Super Bowl and throw for an all-time playoff record, 505 yards. And then he did it again, took him back to a second Super Bowl after he wanted to dump him, and they won that.
And Coach Belichick said, you know what, and I ain't get a touchdown. When the last time Tom Brady had a touchdown pass in a playoff game? Anybody remember? He didn't do it in the Super Bowl, and he didn't do it this year. So when did that, Skip Bayless? What have you done for... Oh, Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Huh?
Wow. Yeah, you're all about the tunes today.
Yeah.
No more singing.
Oh, Skip, he want to forget all about that. But he want to go back to 505.
49ers, John Lynch, do it.
Team Tom.
Have the guy.
No mercy.
Ja Morant and Zion Williamson each put on impressive shows over the weekend against the Lakers. On Saturday, Ja not only led the Grizzlies to a 17-point win, but he also dropped 27 points to go along with 14 assists. Then yesterday, Zion got his turn against the Lakers and had a game-high 35 points, but came up short in the win column. So, Shannon, after what you saw over the weekend, who is winning Rookie of the Year, Ja or Zion?
Ja. You know it. 27, 14, and 6 against the Lakers. In a win. They're in the 8th spot. How am I going to give this award to a man that's not going to even play 50% of the games? Patrick Ewing has the record. He was a Rookie of the Year playing 50 games. Zion is on pace. If he plays every single game, from here out will get 37. And we're going to give the guy a significant award for 37 games? And if Ja has missed, 5 games. And if he plays the rest of them, he will have had double the amount of games that Zion has played. Skip, Memphis got no business in the 8th spot. He got them there. 17-7 on the season. If there was no rookie that was outstanding, take Ja out of the equation. Then you might have a legitimate argument because there's really no one else. There's some guys that's having some, Nunn, Pascal. I mean, there's some guys that's doing okay, Skip. But Ja got this. Now, maybe we'd have a different debate if Zion had started the season playing. Maybe we have a different debate. Who knows? Maybe New Orleans is an 8th spot. Who knows 7th? But right now, but stop playing. Go and take that trophy up there, FedEx. That's what FedEx Hub is. Deliver that man his trophy. Ja.
So, I've told you from the start, I love Ja, but I love Zion a whole lot more. And he just keeps going higher and higher in my estimation because he is doing things we have never, ever seen before. He is going to be so much better and more valuable than Ja is. And to me, he's already on pace to win this year's Rookie of the Year because this has never happened before. He's played 15 games and already has broken Carmelo's rookie streak of 9 games of 20-plus points. He's done 11 straight games with 20-plus.
Who's Rookie of the Year Carmelo's year?
I don't know.
You do know.
I don't really care.
Oh, go.
Okay. So that has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You got to play, Skip.
So right now, Zion Williamson is averaging 24 points in 29 minutes, which is by far the highest this season. But guess what? It's the highest since 1951. Think about that. 24 points in 29 minutes he is averaging. So he's playing low minutes, high points, and they just keep climbing up because now he's got 3 30-plus games, including the one last night. So nobody since 1951 has averaged 24 points in 29 minutes, that few of minutes. And you're telling me that's not Rookie of the Year kind of arc?
Not with 15 games. Absolutely not.
And here's what kills me about this. I'm watching the game last night, and it is driving me as crazy in a different way than it was driving you about your Lakers and the way they play. Because I was rooting for the Pelicans, and would you believe the Pelicans run almost no plays for Zion Williamson? It's like Coach Krzyzewski last year. I kept saying, I don't care about R.J. Barrett. Give the ball to that guy.
Okay, what do you want to run play? They give it to him. They post him up. He got quick step, and he goes to the basket. What other play?
Ever set a weak side screen and let him slip off and flash into the lane and bounce pass it to him where he's on the move? No, he goes and camps occasionally, and Zoe just lobs it into him into a congested double team. And he's supposed to just try to operate against two guys, and he usually pulls it off.
But here's the thing. Skip, he's only played 15 games, and he only started practice recently. So it's not like they can run, they can do everything with him. Eventually, that's coming.
The biggest liability this kid has right now, his name is Brandon Ingram. And the worst thing that happened to the Pelicans and Zion Williamson's emergence was B.I. made the All-Star team. And B.I. is trying to live up to his all-star caliber performance every night with Zion. Remember, we did this topic last week where he took what sounded like a little shot at Zion. You're the GOAT, right? Because the media's camped around Zion's locker. I think that was a little sarcastic and a little bit resentful because the B.I. that I saw last night, did you
5 of 23?
5 of 23?
One from 9.
He took 1 of 9. He took 23 shots. Zion took 16 shots. He scored 15 and Zion scored 35. Aha!
Yeah, we talked about this. Okay, what's B.I. gonna be when Zion gets there now?
Remember when Magic was pushing B.I.? Come out of your shell, man. You gotta go. Green light it.
Right.
Show some aggression. Well, now that's all he shows because half the time I'm watching Zion because I just keep my eyes on Zion. He's just standing with his hands on his hips, watching B.I. go solo and throw up some wild shot at the clock. That's what kept happening all night last night.
Well, the other Skip, now last Tuesday, give B.I. credit. He had the quietest 34 in history.
Okay.
We didn't know he had played that well, and you looked up like, B.I. had 34 points. It's going to be very interesting because he needs the ball. Zion is not going to be camped out by the three-point line, Skip, so there's not a whole lot of space. Now, I would like to see these two young men stay together, but they're going to have to make a decision. B.I.'s need a contract.
Okay. And what did Zion do quietly, very impressively last night? Because you doubted him from the free throw line. He made 11 of 13. Again, LeBron had a big fourth quarter. I'm not talking about closing the game because they stayed relatively ahead the whole fourth quarter. But LeBron scored 13 in the fourth. Zion scored 12. I keep telling you, he's closing for them. The plus-minus with him on the floor is extraordinarily tilted to Zion.
He was all I know is B.I. was +4, Zion was -10.
Yep. Well, if you look at the year, they've been way better with Zion on the floor. And unfortunately, last night, he scored so quietly, like 12 of 16. He gets them by accident. He happens to be around, loose ball, rebound, slam it back.
But Skip, you talk about he scored 12. See, not only do we get our points, we get 13, but we make sure everybody eat. See, it ain't no good for me if I got this big old harvest, if I don't offer Jenny any. Here, Coos, get that one. Avery Bradley, take that.
Can you imagine? They don't run many plays for him, and he scores 35. Do you know what would happen if you could figure out how to feature him more? And again, you can do it in lower minutes. Just get him a few more shots than 16 shots. It's hard, though, when Brandon Ingram, because as soon as the ball, he is Kuzma ×2. If the ball touches B.I.'s hands, it is going up.
Okay, can I trade you Kyle Kuzma right now for B.I.?
No.
Okay.
No. I won't do that deal. But the point is, Zion's doing this, trying to carry that weight around his neck. You know, like he's trying to lift up Brandon Ingram to the rim, too.
Well, I like B.I.'s game.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be interesting, Skip. I mean, they're gonna have to coexist. Skip, you can't just keep trading players away from New Orleans, Skip. Okay, I think everybody should be happy with the Anthony Davis move. Okay. Everybody should be happy. You got Zion, you got B.I., you got Lonzo, you got Josh.
I think they're very.
I love Lonzo in this offense. Lonzo looks good.
19, 9, and 9.
Now, his three-point ball wasn't going last night, but everything else, it was great.
Nobody's faster with the basketball. Nobody's faster, and to your point, he was running through your guys.
What kind of bull jive is that?
He can fly up the floor because he's long and.
But old Ja. You saw old Ja dunking.
Okay, but LeBron told you all you needed to know. Did LeBron show up Saturday night at Memphis?
Yeah.
He did not show up.
Nobody else showed up.
Okay.
We almost had a triple-double.
They didn't take Memphis seriously. Memphis had lost, 5 in a row?
Skip.
Okay.
Hold on. Is it Mardi Gras still going on?
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, Miss Triple Dub with the Mardi Gras. She showed up with the mask. You ain't tell me Miss Triple Dub was down there for Mardi Gras.
I'll tell you, he showed up. LeBron showed up for Zion.
No, he
That's
didn't.
what he showed up for. He showed you who he thinks the MVP is.
That's fair.
We already know who the MVP is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puts a lot of into it.
It's Lent. What O'Brien giving up? I tell you what, he ain't giving up them triple dubs.
Really?
Yeah, he said he giving up a lot for
I
Lent.
wish he'd give up those 6 turnovers.
Yeah, well, there you go right there.
Well,
hold on. Did Zion have 6 turnovers?
He had 6.
Okay, then. How many assists did Zion
One guy's
have?
19 and one guy's 35. Help me out.
One guy ran the team at 19. One guy ran the team at 19, Jenny. Ran the whole team.
You know, one guy's showing you he's going to lead this league in scoring. Am I right?
LeBron already did that.
Yeah, well.
Been there, done that.
I might be doing it a lot.
Hey, they did.
No mercy. Chase Young is widely considered to be the best defensive player in the upcoming draft, but he decided not to participate in any workouts or drills at the NFL Combine. When asked about his decision, Young said, quote, "I don't want to waste time trying to be a Combine athlete." So, Shannon, do you have a problem with Chase Young saying this?
I don't have a problem with him saying this. So what's the difference between the Combine and the Pro Day? So he's not going to, so basically, he's just going to play, watch the tape, and I'll see y'all at the draft. So is he not going to do it? So he's not going to do anything at the, because Skip, you remember when Reggie Bush came out? Reggie Bush and Matt Lyon, everybody, all those guys are going to be number 1. Number 2, Vince Young. And then there was a guy that goes, Mario Williams goes, and he became number 1. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but that kid Simmons, he put on the show.
He did?
Yeah.
So I think
Does that mean he's a Hall of Famer?
No, Chase Young, a Hall of Famer. Skip, I think what happened is he's like, I'm penciled in at number 2. So I don't really need to show you anything else. Skip, I got no problem. And I understand, like, quarterbacks not throwing. Now, Joe Burrow's going to throw to his receivers. He know the timing. He knows they're going to come get in and out of breaks. They know him. He knows them. Got no problem with that quarterback. But as a D lineman, what do you, I mean, you're going over bags, you're doing the cone. I mean,
yep.
All you're doing is offering validation for what the tape shows. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Okay.
But this notion now all of a sudden he high and mighty, I don't want to be. Okay. I'm going to be very interested to see. I want to see, because the Bosa brothers that preceded him, they didn't run, but they ran at the Combine. Joey ran 4.86, Nick ran 4.79.
Yep. Okay.
For me, it's validation. Okuda, did it hurt his stock? Did it hurt Simmons' stock? No. Hey, but I guess that when, you got that high draft grade, they say take it or leave it.
So, I love watching the Combine from Thursday night all the way through until yesterday. It was fun because I accept it for what it is. It's the NFL's Olympics.
That's what it is.
It is. And it's great. And it's a festival, a football festival. And you get to watch all the coaches sitting up there watching,
that's great.
Running their own stopwatches. It's fun to watch, and it gets addictive after a while because now you're starting to rank 40s for offensive linemen. Wait, that guy ran 4.7? What? He was 3.25 or whatever.
The big guy from Iowa.
Yeah.
Jumped like that, 10-1 standing long jump at 320. Vertical 30. Yeah, come on.
A punter did 25 straight reps at 225.
But Skip, when I came out, Skip, guys weren't going away to train specifically for 8 weeks. It's almost like, Skip, if somebody gave you the test, says, here, Skip, in 8 weeks, we're going to test you on the very test we're giving you. Well, you damn sure better do good, Skip. All you do, they feed you twice a day, you work out, 40, 3 cone. The Wonderlic test that they give you is the very test that you're taking every single day.
That's true.
You should be good at it, Skip.
Okay. So, a couple of breaks back, you said, did you see what that kid from Utah, the cornerback, ran? What's his name? Javelin Guidry?
Yes.
Yeah. 4.29.
Right.
Sensational.
Somebody go take him. Somebody go.
And as you said, he won the 100-meter in Texas and California.
And Cali.
That's impossible.
Impossible.
Okay. Can he play cornerback? I don't know.
He can run fast. They said, we can teach you technique, son.
Okay.
We can teach you how to tackle. We can't teach you how to run 4.29. God gave you that.
Okay. Well, God gave Henry Ruggs III 4.27.
Yeah.
And it's sensational.
Yeah.
Did that improve his stock or not?
He a first round. He going in the first round.
He's going to go. We knew he was that fast. You
Right.
could say it validated.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to Chase Young. On Chase Young, I'm going to trust my eyes and trust the tape because the tape does not lie.
Right.
If you know what to look for on
Right.
the tape, I did not see enough from Chase Young to begin with. I saw in the biggest games that he would get swamped by bigger, quicker offensive linemen. He didn't carry enough weight and enough sort of leverage weight.
Right.
He could outquick people,
Yes.
but he would get engulfed
Yes.
too much. And his line is loaded with top prospects, and so it was hard to double him because the offensive coordinators looking at, well, that guy, you don't know how good that guy is.
Right.
He's going to disrupt us
Right.
as much as this guy is.
And then you had Okudah in the
Yep.
secondary, and then you got another corner that's going to be a high draft pick on the other side.
Okay, so
and you got a safety.
You better be careful how you're ranking his impact among all that NFL-bound talent.
Right.
So, again, it comes down to the tape. Well, I liked what he said about, I don't want to just go be a combine athlete. That's good.
Right.
I'll buy that. But maybe you need to go validate a little more of who you are, because the one thing you can get from the combine is body language. When you're with your group, are you the alpha? Do you take over the drills? Do you start making plays even in the speed drills? The
number one thing with someone, Skip, is did this guy like to compete?
Yeah.
Because this is a job interview of all job interviews. And everybody's there. They were invited. Ain't nobody just show up.
Yep.
So they were invited. So that tells you the evaluators think all these guys here are worthy of going to the next level. Okay, now, you want to compete? I don't want to be no worker. I don't want to be no combine. So what you going to do in your pro day? So what the hell you think you're going to do in pro day?
Is it possible he just says no? Like, I rest my case. You got my tape?
Pro Day's March 25.
Would he still go second overall if he doesn't show up at his pro day? Maybe. Redskins making noise about taking Tua because they're the new regime not sold on Haskins, and I don't blame them for that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that. I think they just rattling the cages, hoping somebody come up. Come up.
Maybe. Would I take Tua over Haskins? You better believe I would. Now, I'm not that sold, all-time sold on Tua. But the point is, he's just way better. So if you're Ron Rivera and you're starting over, do you say, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to do with Haskins? What are you going to get back for Haskins if you trade him?
Changes things.
Well, not much.
The thing is, Skip, if they had a veteran in place, I would love that. I would love not if they had a veteran in Washington in place.
No, I got
and
it.
so now Tua can redshirt to make sure that because I don't think, I understand that the medicals is coming back fine and good, but the guy still suffered a dislocated hip.
He did. And he had 2 tightrope surgeries on his ankle. Those are serious ankle surgeries.
And he had a knee problem.
He had a knee problem. And he broke his index finger on his throwing hand.
Yeah, in spring, right?
I think he broke it.
Yeah.
He's at a solid list.
Well, I want to see. I need to see Reggie White. I need to see Bruce Smith. Okay. That's what I need to see from this guy.
I'd even see a little Von Miller. If you show me a little Von, I'm good.
Well, right now all I see is a speed rusher. I want to see a second. I want to see a second move. I want to see a move instead of just beating somebody around the edge. Because these guys are really good. They can kick to you. Can you bull somebody?
Yeah.
The way other coaches talk about him, though, and truly, it was you had to game plan for him. He was that big of a difference maker, and I guess I've been around him a lot, so I've seen a different personality in terms of his leadership. But you do question that, like, do you miss out on seeing that part when you're not there?
I want any competition.
You risk it.
Compete.
It's interesting. So Ohio State's
come Sunday, bro, you got to compete.
3 weeks. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I assume he'll be there, but selfishly, I would have liked to watch him. Speed drills.
Yep, all those things. You just see how he handles himself. And then Okudah made a good point. He said as he was coming up, he loved to go call up the tape of Patrick Peterson at the combine.
Right.
Or, what did the great corners look like when they're doing it?
Right.
Well, on Saturday, Trae Young tried to dribble the ball through Trevor Ariza's legs, just as he's done to several defenders in his short career. But Ariza didn't take too kindly to the attempt. Ariza picked up a flagrant bite, giving Trae, a little forearm shove. And after the game, the two talked, and Ariza said to reporters that he told Trae to never try that bleep again on him. So, Shannon, whose side are you on?
I'm on Trae's. Ice Trae.
Surprising.
Hey, guess what? Hey, when I see you again, I'm going to get you again. Skip, I just need to know one thing, Skip. What is the unwritten rule on acceptable terms of embarrassing a player? Because Steph Curry shooting a three and turning and shimming before the ball go in, is that okay or not? James Harden crossing somebody up, looking down at him and braining a three, is that okay? Zion dunking, I just need to know, Skip. Because that had been me, you already know. I'm going to take that ball and hit Trevor Ariza right upside his head. If you close your leg, your base too wide. That's why you put the ball between your legs. Bro, it happens, Skip. It's hard for me to believe that a player in the NBA, regardless of who you are, that hadn't been in back. Skip, Allen Iverson crossed Jordan over his first game, Skip. That still might be Allen Iverson highlight. Had Jordan going all over the place. Now, what if Jordan came back and pushed the man down? Come on, Skip. These guys getting ridiculous with this. These kids are sick with the basketball now. Yep. Everybody got an and one dribble. Deal with it, bro. Man, play up, D up. Don't chip at that man like that. Better you than me, Ice Trae. But get him again next time you play him. Go between your legs behind you. Next time, put it behind your back between his legs. And then rain a three on his head.
I loved what Trevor Ariza did because that kid had that coming. You can't try to embarrass veteran players by bouncing the ball between their legs, as it's called, nutmegging.
Yeah.
Because it's not routinely done in the NBA. Really? It's just not something you try to pull off.
Why not?
And it's the ultimate show-up play. It is.
Yeah.
And the other plays are just great plays where you're pulling off something that the defender can't stop. But this is trying to embarrass the defender.
Skip, the man shimmying on the three.
Like he said, I don't like the funnies. This is where you're trying to be funny. You know?
Oh, no, he didn't want to be the highlight. He didn't want to be on that man's highlight tape. But you know what? Next time, Trae, get him down there and do the and one. Just dribble the ball and throw it off his head. And then put a three in his face.
Okay, so what have I told you about Trae Young? He's averaging 30 points and 9 assists. That's pretty great. He's shooting a grand total of 36% from three, which is not great
pretty
for
good.
High volume, 529. He goes way hot and way colder. And he leads the NBA in turnovers because he can, because he's all Atlanta's got, and they're trying to sell him. He's their box office. So come see the sideshow that is little Trae.
They love it. Ice Trae.
Little Ice Trae, who's more like Mice Trae. I think he's more like Mice
Stop
Trae.
hating on the
man. He's a little tiny guy, and he does little tiny big things.
That's why he do that then. That's why he did that to Trae.
And finally, Trevor Ariza, who is a tough guy.
Would he have done that to James Harden?
Played for a long time in a lot of high places.
Would he have done that to James Harden? Would he have done that to Russell Westbrook?
No.
Oh,
But
exactly
they're not.
not.
Try to nutmeg.
Yeah, they will. They do that up.
Nope. He's a kid who's trying to make his way.
Yes.
He needed to be taught just a little lesson.
No.
He didn't deck him. He didn't bust his jaw. He just gave him a little whack in the throat. Just a little Adam's apple shot to say, time out, not on my watch. Are you going to do that to me?
Okay.
I'm sorry. And I think it will serve Trae well.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he'll attempt this play again? For the rest of his career, do you believe he'll do that again? Yes or no?
I would hope not, actually.
Really?
I guarantee he does another 2 or 3 times this year.
You know
he
what?
might do it this week.
Okay, if you go make the playoffs next year, then I grant you your wish, you can nutmeg. But they are right now, 19-43. They're not winning basketballs. They're the basketball games. They're the third worst team in the Eastern Conference, which is not very great.
Oh, did they beat Portland?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Without Damian. Everybody's beating Portland without Damian.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? So, in the end, he's not doing enough. He's not backing it up with dubs, with victories to say, I have arrived.
Whoa.
Because Luka is backing it up with big dubs. I know he didn't play.
Luka got a better team.
Well,
what was Steph Curry was shooting shimmy and shooting them threes? Was he making the playoffs his first 4 years? No. Get a man a chance. Skip, everybody
I don't
can't.
know that he was shimmying until they made the playoffs.
Everybody can't come out of the wrapper and just make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I mean, we think that's easy, an easy task. It's not.
I don't know. I love that because that was a teachable moment.
It wasn't a teachable moment. That's dirty. That's dirty. That was a dirty moment.
Well, he didn't hurt him. And then he went up to him afterwards, but I loved it. He hugged him and
no way. Did he grab that man like that?
Yeah.
What?
He did hug him, but he pulled him close, and then he read the riot act.
First of all,
he just said, no, you're not going to do that anymore.
That's the way my generation, that's the way dads and grandfathers grab someone. They grab them in the collar and pull you to them like that. Man, I wish a man would try to grab me like that.
Well, that's you versus Trae. It's like Trae's too easy, a little tiny man.
And that's why he did it.
Yeah, and he plays defense on nobody.
Skip,
nobody, because he can't.
Yeah.
He's too little.
Yes.
Okay? So all this sideshow stuff, this Harlem Globetrotter stuff, you can't get away with
Everybody's doing that now. Everybody, like I said, all these guys, Skip, they're too skilled. Kyrie has danced on people. Kyrie make people look foolish all the time. Steph got handles like that. These guys, James Harden, these guys got sick handles now.
Dance on them conventionally and score the basket.
He was going
but don't try to nutmeg.
Skip, how many times he done nutmeg somebody and got an and one? He was about to score him until he forearm shivered him.
Yeah. They got talent on this team now. These young players, they should start to come together.
Yeah, they'll come together.
John Collins has been playing.
John Collins has been playing unbelievable.
Playing.
Yeah. But Ice Trae is the show, though.
Yeah. Well, he is the show, but as you know, in the ATL, the only show they got is little Maestro.
They got Ice Trae. And look, they need one. Michael, he's Michael Vick. For the basketball, he's Michael Vick to them.
Yeah, except Michael Vick went and won a playoff game at Green Bay right out of the box.
Well, he might go win a playoff game at,
Where?
At, Milwaukee next year.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Next year?
That
I
quick.
sincerely doubt that.
Okay.
I would bet
keep going there.
50 cases on that right now.
You can stay on that path.
No mercy.
Julian Edelman's campaign to keep Tom Brady in New England keeps chugging along, guys. Edelman has taken it a step further now, though, creating T-shirts that say, "Stay Tom, 2020, a quarterback you can trust." Shannon, do you have a problem with this?
No, I don't have a problem with it. He wants Brady back, and it's very much in his best interest if Brady were to come back, Skip. He mouthed that at the UNC Syracuse game up there with Jimmy Fallon. And Tom seemed very uncomfortable with this. Maybe it's just me.
He's yelling, he's staying.
Skip, look, I don't have a problem with Julian Edelman doing that. And if people think by buying these T-shirts it's going to go help Tom Brady come back, have at it. I have no problem with capitalism.
I did on this one. This hit me the wrong way because you're telling me you're trying to make money off your public pleas to keep the greatest quarterback ever, the guy who helped put you at least in the Hall of Fame conversation. Right. I don't think he'd be there without Tom Brady.
No.
So now you're disqualifying your campaign because, it's a T-shirt sales campaign?
Right.
What?
It's a little weird. Profit is
what?
weird.
Yeah. Okay, so now that would be an indication to me that you don't really think he's coming back because you're trying to make one last final score off your relationship with Tom Brady.
said, "Hey, bro, you making money off me, you need to give me a cut of that, too."
Yeah. And I don't really understand.
Don't make money off our friendship.
It was bizarre to me that he and Brady and Jimmy Fallon wound up at the Syracuse Carolina
and there was FaceTime in Vrabel.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot there.
And that was Tom's. He likes to prank everybody's social media. So it was on Julian's phone that he was FaceTiming.
Right.
So I don't know what was going on. They know some booster there who brought them in for one last hurrah. I don't know. It's crazy. But don't sell T-shirts when you're trying to keep your quarterback.
I'm going to sell a T-shirt with your face.
Yeah.
Please
Brett
no.
Bayless.
No, not for sale. That is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.